Hi, everybody. This is Tanya from Tango Business Coaching, and today is day 26 of our 30-day leadership challenge. And I'm going to talk about connection. So, again, we are in the segment related to leading larger teams or leading organizations. So, I have connection in here because I really believe there is a massive power for a senior leader to connect with as many employees as they can across the board, across departments, across levels. I believe leaders' goals ought to be to leave every single interaction with every employee that you possibly could have, leaving that employee feeling cared for, feeling valued, and, dare I say, even feeling loved. Of course, appropriate in the workplace setting, right? In that context. So I love the quote from Maya Angelou. It's obviously one of her popular ones, but it's so true, right? She said that people will forget what you said. Will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And I think that quote sort of sums this whole thing up of what your obligation as any leader, and especially a senior leader, really, really is. The best leaders that I know practice this. Every conversation, every time they walk down the hall, uh, creating intentional times to walk around, the old manage by walking around sort of philosophy. Get out there, have some walkabouts, stop, check in, introduce yourself if you don't know the employee, say hello, ask them how their day is. These conversations can go from 30-second hello and introduction to how's your day, all the way up to a longer conversation, because guess what? Once you get out there and start connecting with people, you find out what's actually happening in your business. And it is an important time to gain feedback and then follow up with people as necessary. So, again, I just think it's a really important skill. And I just don't think you can put a number on it in terms of like how valuable this exercise can be. People that you interact with, the employees in your company, they want to follow you. And if you want them to follow you, you need to know them. You need to interact with them, every single one of them. You need to make them feel seen. You need to make them feel valued. And these small gestures, over time, lead to those people who will love you and care for you and follow you and want to go above and beyond for the organization. So I do know that this is one thing that doesn't come naturally to a lot of senior leaders, but this can be learned, right? And there are things you can do. There are systems that you can put in place to help you if this is not your natural forte, right? So I want to just share with you some of the and let me change the word. I was going to say excuses, but I'll say reasons why leaders don't want to do this. So things I've heard. But I'm not good at this. I don't know these people. I have no idea what to say. I just don't have time. I'm way too busy to waste time with this. People don't even care about me, and they don't care if I talk to them. I don't want to bother people. Why would they even want to talk to me? Why would they want to interrupt their workday and have me disrupt them to talk to me? And doesn't this actually model wasting time? If I start chatting with everybody, nobody's going to get any work done. And countless other reasons, right? So those were, I'm going to say, some of the common ones I heard off the top of my head. And I want to point out that every single one of those reasons is a fear. Every single reason that I've ever heard is rooted in fear. Either it's a fear of failure, it's a fear of being judged, it's a fear of being liked or desired in any way. So there's probably a whole bunch of other fears under there, right? So I want to say to anybody who is resisting this idea, there are two things I want to propose, right? So one, what if the opposite were true? So whatever your reason is for not wanting to go out there and connect with people inside your organization, what if the opposite were true? What if, the maybe I'll say this. So think back to when you were a junior employee and if a senior leader actually stopped and said hello to you? And even more so, what if they knew your name, right? How did that make you feel? I want you to remind yourself what that felt like as a junior employee. I can think back to many times when I was a junior employee and the CEO would walk past me and say hello, or they would walk past and say, "Hey, Tanya, how you doing?" Like, wow, they knew my name and they made eye contact with me. Like, I feel seen, right? I felt important. And maybe that just gave me a little extra giddy up in that moment, but more importantly, made me connect with that leader even more. So I want you to consider what it felt like when you were a junior employee and now recognize that you are the senior employee. You are the senior leader who is going to be saying hello to those junior employees. And it doesn't even obviously doesn't have to be a junior employee. It can be anybody. And in fact, I want it to be everybody. So, what if people actually wanted that? What if people wanted you to say hello and they were just waiting for you as the leader to take that first step? They want to seem like you're approachable and they do care. They do care to hear from you. So, whatever your fear is, I want you to ask yourself what the opposite of that would be. And what if that were true instead? So, that's the first thing I want you to consider. The second thing I want you to consider is how you could prioritize some kind of activity about connecting with your employees for a trial period and just see how it goes. Try it for like a week, right? And just know that anytime you do something new, anytime it's brand new, you don't know what you're doing, it's uncomfortable, it's weird, it's clunky, it's messy. And that is all part of the growth and learning journey. So it's a bit awkward at first, but over time it becomes easier and it becomes more natural. So try it for 5 minutes every day. Get yourself prepped with some conversation starters. Practice introducing yourself if it's somebody that you don't know. You could also wrap it up into some kind of activity so it's not so, maybe outgoing if that's not your thing. You could run a contest, lunch with the leader contest and invite 5 employees. I've heard some leaders who drive around their ice cream cart, right? Maybe that's for you, maybe it's not for you. You could hold an Ask Me Anything drop in. That could be virtual, that could be in person. If you have a fun room, and there's a ping pong table in there or, video games or a board game or whatever, go jump in on a game. Whatever works in your culture, think about that. Think about what works in your culture and how you could connect. If it's virtual, host an open chat room and ask people to come into the chat room and, a virtual chat room and be there, right? So I'm sure there's a whole bunch of ideas out there. I would love to hear them, by the way. So put those in the chat. So your challenge for today is to leave your desk or your virtual workspace or wherever you are and go meet some new employees or go say hello to employees that you already know. Introduce yourself. Ask them how long they've been with the company. Ask them what their plans are for the weekend. Just whatever it is. Have, 3 or 4 questions ready to go and just go start meeting people and having conversations and connecting in an authentic and meaningful way. That's it. Treat your employees as if they're humans, care about them, be curious about them and who they are, what they're doing in your organization, and who they are as a human, right? And I understand that this whole concept is a lot easier in smaller organizations, but it doesn't mean you can't do it in a larger organizations. There's a whole lot of examples out there of leaders who lead large organizations and have an ability to connect with their employees. So what ideas do you have in a larger organization? Maybe you could do a podcast and they can call in and interact with you. I don't know. But whatever ideas you have there, again, I would love to hear them. I don't want you to get caught up in what. I just want you to try something. So take one small step. It can be a messy step. That's okay. Even a messy step is progress. Don't wait for perfect on this one. Just go out and try something. So that is your challenge today. Good luck with that one. Let me know how it's going as always. Report in the comments or DM me. And if you need the 30-day challenge tracker, reach out. I know we're getting toward the end here, but lots of reflection that could happen in that 30-day challenge tracker. So still a good tool if you haven't got it yet. And good luck. And I will see you here tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.